Hey fellas, I'm Collin, and you're watching Magic Strawberry. The Far Cry franchise has taken us to places such as mysterious archipelagos, Central Africa, a fictional Himalayan country, a Mesolithic-era valley in Central Europe, and now the exotic backwoods of Montana. This is Far Cry 5. As I said, Far Cry 5 is set in the fictional Hope County of Montana, which is Far Cry's first foray into the United States. You play as an unnamed junior deputy who is assigned to a task force designed to arrest the leader of a religious militaristic cult, Joseph Seed, aka the Father. Shenanigans ensue and you find yourself trapped in Hope County. The objective? Rescue your fellow kidnapped task force members and liberate Hope County from the cult, Eden's Gate. Far Cry 5's gunplay and gameplay in general is extremely fluid. The flow of battle is fast and steady, and the combos and techniques you can use to kill cultists are almost endless. And aside from the driving, which I've found to be discombobulating, I can say that the combat mechanics are the best thing about this game. This game also operates on a buddy system where you can drag around guns for hire and other specialists to help you along the way, my personal favorite being Rye, a fighter pilot who can gun down whoever you're targeting from up above, which comes in handy numerous times when you're in a tight situation. Ubisoft Montreal also did a tremendous job of capturing rural America with jaw-dropping horizons filled with rugged mountains, lush landscapes, vast woodlands, and lots of trucks. The map is humongous and is divided into 3 regions, each led by a different sibling of Joseph Seed. John Seed, proprietor of cleansing people of their sins through the power of yes. Jacob Seed, former military and recruiter for the cult as well as head of security. And Faith Seed, who likes to drug her victims with a substance called bliss and runs her own personal labor camps. Not to mention the head honcho himself, the Father, Joseph Seed. Joseph is everything you usually want in a villain. He's a vessel imbued with endless amounts of charisma. He's chilling, unsettling, has a sense of mystery about himself. He's another great antagonist for this franchise. Thankfully, the huge map isn't difficult to traverse either, thanks to the abundance of helicopters and planes, as well as a wingsuit you can earn later as a perk. The main drawback of the setting, though, is that it's not visually dynamic. Compared to the vistas this franchise has taken us to before, I can't help but feel that this Western America setting is a bit underwhelming. Our playable protagonist also falls flat. Our character doesn't speak a single word throughout the game, the pain of which can definitely be felt when a villain character monologues for what feels like an eternity, and your character just kinda listens. You play as the ultimate blank slate. You accept everything you're being told. You don't debate any of the moral issues at hand. You have no feelings. There's no indication of what drives you other than the immediacy of the situation. You project absolutely nothing into this world. At the very least, you're allowed to customize the appearance of your character for the first time in this franchise, but it's severely limiting, and you won't even see your character for the vast majority of this game considering it's in first person. The game is also very disappointing narratively speaking. Far Cry 5 marketed itself, at least from my perspective, as a social vehicle for our current political climate, and looked to be steering the Far Cry franchise into a more serious direction. And the beginning of the game indicated that this was indeed the case. The first 20 minutes of this game is hauntingly beautiful. I legitimately felt a little frightened when first walking into a church to arrest Joseph Seed, as the choir supplies creepy ambiance. Being in a small team surrounded by deranged individuals, I knew that this could only lead to disaster, which, predictably so, it did. Everything about this intro was utter perfection, which made it all the more disappointing when the game didn't take itself nearly as seriously from then on. It was strangely apolitical to the point where in the end, it really had nothing to say at all, which was weird considering the marketing strategy leading up to the release. Far Cry 5 is a sandbox for causing total mayhem in any way you please. Though it lacks a serious narrative, there's still plenty of enjoyment in shooting up everything in sight, and exploding as many things such to your heart's content. But aside from the new paint job that is Montana, this is still a paint-by-the-numbers Far Cry game that does little to differentiate itself from the rest of the franchise aside from the first 20 minutes. And although I will admit that it was silly to expect serious social commentary from a franchise whose main hallmarks lie in pure absurdity, I still feel that the game was a huge missed opportunity in that respect. With all that said, I give Far Cry 5 a 7 out of 10.
Here we go. Got it.
Thanks for watching Magic Strawberry. Feel free to like this video and subscribe to our channel, as well as follow us on Twitter at ZTV Goofing Off, because it would make our team very happy, and in turn, it would make me happy as well. See ya.